Hello everybody, my name is Hunter Reviews. Welcome back to another movie review, and today we are going to be reviewing Hereditary. This is the newest horror film by actually a debut director, Ari Aster. This stars Toni Collette as a mother whose mother has passed away. And since her passing, there's been some strange things that have been happening in the family, and that is all I'm going to say about this movie. Yeah, I just don't want to say much about it, just so you can watch it. You know, that's why I want to keep the plot synopsis short. I have been hearing buzz from everyone. My friends, even family members have been telling me you have to see Hereditary. It is one of the best movies of 2018. I mean, like, what is the best movie of 2018? What can you say to me with a straight face that this movie is the best movie of 2018, or this movie is the best movie of 2018. There have definitely been some movies that I like in 2018, but there's never been a movie where I've, been, oh wow, that movie is so good, it should be on a list. Not really. The fact of the matter is that people have been telling me to see Hereditary, and this is experimental horror, which is one of my favorite part of the horror genre. Is just experimental horror. Is what I love. Movies like Suspiria, which, by the way, I will be doing a classic rewind on Suspiria. That'll be coming up. But yeah, just like movies like Suspiria, or The Shining, or Devil's Candy, or The Witch. You know, very experimental, different, very moody. Horror. That's at least what the trailers were giving me. I wouldn't even call this a horror film. I mean, for some people, yeah, maybe you can call it a horror film, but this is more of a thriller, and that kind of, when the movie ended, that kind of disappointed me a little, because people were telling me, this is a horror movie, it's gonna scare the ever-living shit out of you. I was more, I was more pandered than really scared. Like this movie is not even scary. It's not even one bit. But even though this movie didn't even scare me once, it's still a great movie. I mean, this is one of the best movies of 2018. For sure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. This is the best movie of 2018. It is so... I just like it. It's just one of those films where I just enjoy it. Just thinking about it, I enjoy so much about it, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. So first off, the direction. Is it good? Yes, Ari Aster is a good director, and for his directorial debut, I think this is pretty fantastic direction. I mean, Ari Aster knows what to show and what not to show, and when Ari Aster shows it, he really shows it. And for some audience members, he lets it linger, and I think that was so great. One of the things that really stood out to me, as himself as a director, is that he's able to make these scenes of really intense, or otherwise scary scenes that are really fantastic in a sort of horror sense, as you will, makes you linger, like a bad taste in your mouth, but a good bad taste in your mouth per se. It really left an impression on me that this could be a director that develops and develops and develops, and I think from Hereditary he can make more horror movies, because really I think Ari would be great for horror movies. And I mean, really his direction here is so smooth and so to the point, and it's just again, really lingers. There's some shots that will traumatize people. I talked to people after the movie, and they were like, oh yeah, there's some things that'll stick in my brain for a long time, but there was no images that were scary to me, but I was like, oh, that's gonna scare somebody else that would think that is scary. So yeah, really, he's a good director. Problem with this direction is that it's really competent in terms of framing and shot composition. A lot of people are saying that the framing in this movie is great, and although I will say there are some shots where I was like, oh my god, that must have taken a lot of time, there are also some shots that just look lazily put together, and I can't really blame him. It's the guy's first movie. I was like, I gotta give it a chance. Alright then. The writing is surface level. It's really, really surface level. I wouldn't even say this movie had a script. I'm gonna say this movie had just, like, dialogue. It had dialogue. Because this is a movie where, like, it really relies on the dialogue. And there is some dialogue that comes out of characters' mouths that is just really great, and there is some dialogue that was cringy. I remember cringing at some of the dialogue. It's so surface level that it's pandering. It really makes you think, my god. But still, the writing's not bad. It's surface level. There's nothing very important about it, and I don't know why people are raving about it. The music was actually really well done. It had a great score that was very eerie and suspenseful. Definitely one of the better scores. I would put it up there with, like, Black Panther's score. A really fantastic, very moving score. The acting is really fantastic. Toni Collette is the star, and she owns it. She takes the role to, like, a whole nother level. And the way that she performs it, the way that she moves this character, the way that she acts in this character, she is breaking down. And I'm not gonna say, like, she has to go through, like, these traumatizing things. Like, she's not Jennifer Lawrence from, like, Mother, where, like, she crushed her diaphragm. Like, it's still refreshing to see a role that is played by Toni Collette and is done so well. Guy who plays the father is great. Alex Wolff, Nat Wolff, I really don't know who he is, can't remember his name, all I know it ends with Wolf. He was in My Friend Dahmer, and he was actually one of the highlights of My Friend Dahmer. Here, he is also really fantastic. He gives a performance that is confused and both intriguing. I really like the child actor. She was creepy as hell. If you've seen it in the trailer, there's the scene where she goes, and no, I'm not gonna make that joke. But she was fantastic. I loved her in this movie. But her in more things. Now it's time to get into my problems. Because there are a lot of problems with this movie. When the movie tries to be scary, it tries way too hard. And when it tries way too hard, it's actually really embarrassing. Because you know people have been telling you that, oh, this movie is scary, and I'm just watching it, and I'm just, my head is in my hands, because it's embarrassing when they try to be at least scary, and I can remember bursting out laughing at some of the things that happened, and that was unintentional, yet the movie wanted me to feel scared. Oh yeah, let's just forget about everything that is even horror related. You know what makes horror horror? Alright, here's what makes this scene scary. 1, ambiguity. 2, cleverness. 3, creepiness. Every scene that tries to be at least scary fails at all 3. It's just pandering, disappointing horror that isn't scary, but is embarrassingly laughable. The pacing in this movie is god-awful. It flows beautifully, and then, oh, we stop, and we gotta focus on another thing, like, can we please just watch the movie? But, like, those are really my only complaints with the movie. I wouldn't call it great, it's a good movie. I don't know why people have been praising this movie. I don't even know why people have been like, oh my god, you gotta watch this movie. It's so good, it'll make you cream your pants in the theater. I recommend it to anyone who likes horror, but if you like experimental horror, don't watch it. Just rewatch Suspiria or The Witch. Like, just rewatch those movies, because those movies do it way, way better than how Hereditary does it. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it could have been a lot better, but for a directorial debut, this is pretty good. I would give like directorial debuts like a 5, but like if it's really good, I would give it like an 8 or a 9. You know, Sean Baker's Tangerine. I would give you a 9. I would give you a 9. Bye.